That's right! Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
Wile too.
And tonight, we're talking Mr. Banks!
Woo! You can say it's incredible.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You could say it a second time.
Exactly.
So everyone woke up, and I don't know if anyone was expecting a third trailer. I honestly, for my money, I would have been satisfied with the marketing that we did have going in for The Incredibles 2, but this trailer really, I don't know, it's weird because for some reason we still have yet to see a few of the characters specifically remind me of the name of the female character that's working alongside Elastigirl that we know about that we haven't seen yet.
You mean Evelyn Deaver? You mean Evelyn Deaver? Or Void?
Yeah, Void.
Void. Yeah, I'm thinking of Void. Yeah. To me, that's the one weird part of the marketing is that the character of Void hasn't come up yet. But beyond that, I got to admit, when I first saw the trailer, I'm really impressed with this, and the thing that I'm most impressed about is it feels like this trailer is really recapturing the kind of the dark and gritty undertones of the first film in a lot of ways. Like the first film in some ways felt like, I don't know, it had a bit of a Blue-themed quality to it where it was like, this was, it was a movie about superheroes, but it was also a grounded movie about family dynamics. And I feel like this trailer blends that kind of like the big budget spectacle of the superhero epic with kind of the woes of raising a family and the high and lows that come with that. So I got to admit, I'm more and more sold for the person who called this film creatively bankrupt at D23.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Well, I like Tiki. I'm kind of hearing a bit of a reverberation there. Could you maybe see if you can do something about that?
Was it the whole time I was talking?
Well, no, I'm just kind of hearing it now when I'm talking. I'm kind of hearing myself.
Okay, good.
Anyway, it's weird. This doesn't all the marketing stuff of the trailers. You kind of get that. You have the teaser and you have like trailer 1, trailer 2, and you have like the Super Bowl thing to factor in there. So even though this is like, I think technically it's the third trailer. I think it's like technically it's like the second full trailer. So I mean, that kind of threw me when it was announced. It's like, hey, a new Incredibles poster. I'm looking at the poster. Hey, that's a cool looking poster. And then it's hey, also there's a trailer that's gonna be dropped tomorrow. And I find out, wait, tomorrow, but it's up today, and it was like a pleasant surprise this morning, and I checked it out, and I was really blown away. And Tiki, I think you have it right on the money. It feels tonally, this felt like a tonal reminder of what you liked from The Incredibles, where it is that great balance of, it's that great balance of spectacle of kind of the superhero hallmarks, along with kind of that family dynamic, and I think they really brought that, especially right out the gate. I like that we got that before we got the spectacle. I think that speaks volumes, and it's a good strong kind of spine for the movie, as The Incredibles has always had, with it kind of a spine of family, kind of some it's not like it's all intellectual commentary on like the family system, but it's definitely there. It's there to extrapolate upon. That's always been like a good sell point for The Incredibles. This seems to be more of the same. It seems to be like a good, like, guys, we're getting more of the same, but with a different story. We're advancing our universe, but you're gonna feel welcome at home, and look how wonderful the animation is. It's gotten even better, yet still in that Roman kind of rounded off style. It was cool.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was like browsing it yesterday, looking around yesterday, and I actually saw that poster and new key art yesterday, and I did notice, they're dropping a new trailer on Friday the 13th of all days.
Right.
but I mean, I'm not saying that didn't bode anything. I'm just saying it was like kind of a weird day to pick up to market. But one thing I noticed like something I hadn't seen before on the top of this mysterious new villain we haven't even heard about in the previous marketing.
The Screen Slayer.
Screen Slayer.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I'm not a big fan of that name. I would have been a bigger fan of the name if it was actually Screen Slayer because it just rolls off the tongue better. But Screen Slaver is a little corny. That's like I like the design of the villain. I like the look of the villain and the fact that he hypnotizes people. It's very kind of calls to mind Jervis Tetch on Gotham this season with hypnotizing people through the TVs. But
the slaver thing is, he is like making mind control slaves out of people, so it's appropriate.
I understand that. It doesn't roll off the tongue. Yeah, that's fine. Anyways.
Continuing.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that. I definitely like, and how it showcased like the new that's you can almost call them new designs of the characters in a way. It's like, you can tell they're the same characters, but how you can basically call their designs have been perfected almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when the trailer hit, and I wasn't able to watch it until around 5, after 5:30 today, and I was like, and. Without repeating a bunch of stuff you guys, like I say, I was also very impressed by this. I was like, it makes me even look. It basically gives you enough details without really spoiling much of the story, and also believing you wanting more. It's like everything like a trailer in both an animated movie and a superhero movie should be. Enough to build up the hype, but not enough to give anything away.
Yeah, excellent balance.
Yeah, might I just say Disney is just freaking on fire this year because let's count it up. Let's count up all the things that they've had this year. So February we have Black Panther. March, Wrinkle in Time. Yeah, well that's one black spot on the record. It happens. Everyone has an off day at the office. April, of course, we all know what's coming out in April. Only 2 weeks away, guys. Only 2 weeks away. We don't even have to say what it is.
Oh yes.
And of course, May we have Soul, which after the recent trailer we're more excited about. June we have The Incredibles 2. July, what do we have in July?
Do we have anything in July?
Well, Ant-Man. We have Ant-Man in July.
Oh yeah, Ant-Man, of course. And then even August, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Christopher Robin. Because
that looks kind of sold me. I want to see that. It looks interesting.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor, And then, I think they're going to skip a couple months. I don't know what they have coming out in September or October. But then November, we have Wreck-It Ralph 2. And then December, we have Mary Poppins Return. So this is like one of the biggest years ever for Disney.
Probably the most profitable year if I were to be a betting man. I'd say they're going to rake in the dough like there's no tomorrow this year.
I mean, between Black Panther and Infinity War alone, it doesn't matter if everything else flops.
Okay, guys, this year we're going to earn our bonuses because the big Marvel gambit's paying off finally. I know you thought that before, but this year's like the 10 years in the making. Big money year.
All right, so you guys ready to go through this shot by shot, see what we can catch, find out?
Yes.
Easter eggs, spreading your novel. Heroes become villains, villains become heroes. I'm sorry. All right, let's do it. Okay, first thing I want to point out right off the bat, this is a hotel room.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh my God, yes. Oh yeah, I know why this is though. I know why.
Because their house was destroyed at the end.
Yes, and later on they're going to get some new digs, and that's probably because it's implying that the house got blown up, and they're probably in the process of being relocated to Rick Dicker. In the meantime, they're camping at a hotel or at a hotel.
Yeah, it's probably government supported or something.
Yeah, there you go. It's like a safe house or something.
I like the retro design of the TV.
Oh, I do too.
Okay, now that might be actually pulled from Toy Story 2 because it looks very, very similar to the Philco Predicta TV that was in Toy Story 2. That was in Al's apartment. So that might be an actual pull from that movie. One of their Easter eggs. That'd be cool if that's the case.
Does this movie actually take place in modern day? I mean, I think everything seems so retro.
Well, no, it's not. Well, modern day too. Well, I mean, it's in 2005 at least. It takes place.
That's what I meant. Like the 2000s.
Yeah,
I always kind of had the impression that it's sort of like a Batman the Animated Series, out of time sort of universe.
You're right about that, Tiki. There's
kind of like their Art Deco kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's an Art Deco kind of 50s sleek. They went for like a James Bondian kind of sleek design with it. So they were going for like it's timeless, but it's like a timeless style to the late 50s, early 60s. So it's that instead of like how Batman's like timeless style to the 40s. That's kind of what it's.
I mean, kind of like the Fallout games almost.
I suppose, yeah.
It's like retrofuturism. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, this is what I'm talking about, and I think they hit the perfect note right off the bat. I think it's important that we got this before we got all kind of the action spectacle. This is what The Incredibles is all about. We had kind of the humor from the dinner scenes, which again was a huge kind of story hook from The Incredibles. Those dinner scenes where there's a lot going on, like Bob, he's getting wrapped up in what Dash did in school, getting in trouble, and he cuts through the table. That was a huge scene in that movie. And what we're doing here is kind of some more kind of family dinner comedy with the between Dash and Violet here.
Yeah, and as someone who loved Violet in the first movie, I got to admit, I'm pretty stoked that she got a lot of screen time in this recent trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I can definitely say she definitely captures the big sister aspect.
Oh yeah.
I think Violet's getting a lot of love in the TV spots because there've been like a few things where they pulled like a clip or so from this. So, like mainly the one Violet clip we get in this. I've seen that elsewhere in like a brief like TV. So I'm trying to avoid those now. But I mean, there's like one that showed up and it's like, okay, I'm getting a sense they're going to really love Violet in the marketing.
Wonder if she'll be like a secondary focus character.
I could see that, honestly.
I have a feeling, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I like Violet. I mean, she had definitely. I love her powers and her personality, of course.
Did you wash your hands with soap?
Dry him. I mean, he can definitely. I love how he can definitely speed dry his hands. I mean, he has a legitimate cough. It did a legitimate way to speed dry his hands.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things you notice in this trailer that I love, just a little detail, is that Dash has bigger portions than everyone else.
Oh my God, you're right. Because of the super metabolism.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good call, Tiki.
Like the shot of the waffles, especially, is where it's most notable.
And how he gets more vegetables later on in this.
Yeah.
He's a growing boy who with super speed powers, so it only makes.
Yeah, that's clever. I love that.
I never really thought about it until now, but like his new voice actor is almost indistinguishable from the old one.
It really is.
It's like you can't even tell. You could swear like Spencer Fox regressed back in puberty to voice him, but no, it's still this new Huck Milner kid.
They've been pretty good with that. Even in Finding Dory, they got a good sound like for Nemo. They've been pretty good because I think that's the biggest reason for me at least. I was always like thinking along with Tiki and along with a lot of other people they were going to go forward because they had a kid to play Dash. Logically, that kid's going to grow up. So you imagine if they go with that one principal character, they age him up so the rest of them age up because everyone else is an adult voice actor. So, but I mean, yeah, they've been so good with that. It's so good at getting sound alikes. It's like kind of a non-issue now. It's like, hey, we can still kind of pick up where we left off in our story and not miss a step.
I just kind of hope that they did what they did with Finding Dory, like at least give him like a small cameo or something.
I'd imagine they do so.
So I like how this gag is kind of like the anti-Inside Out because the way they animate the broccoli, it looks kind of delicious.
To be fair, it's not on pizza.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's steamed in with other vegetables.
Yeah,
it's just, I'd imagine just put a little soy sauce on that Dash. You'll be fine.
I tell you, I'm really looking forward to Craig T. Nelson as Mr. Incredible again. It's kind of like how I was getting psyched for Albert Brooks as Marlon again. I just can't wait to see kind of this Mr. Mom style Mr. Incredible. Basically, Bob just kind of going crazy in his circumstances for this film. I'm sure Craig T. Nelson can be a really funny actor, and I can't wait to see that. Yeah, he had a really good role in My Name Is Earl once, where he played like a warden. Like he played a corrupt warden, but he was very afraid of his wife, and he's just like the laziest. He's just the comedic warden who he basically got Earl, the Jason Lee character again, appropriate Jason Lee and Craig T. Nelson working together. He got Earl to do all his work for him as a warden, and while he just to impress his wife, and that was just kind of the like Earl's good deed of the the thing. It was anyway.
Right, so they need to address the elephant in the room.
Which is Elastigirl's back in the saddle, and she's awesome.
And I'm going to call it right now. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind this movie's going to have the best action in any Pixar movie.
And again, the action of the first Incredibles was amazing. So how can you got to imagine they're going to at least try to top that?
And I didn't say for all its faults, Cars 2 had really good action scenes too.
It did, and Pixar's been good. You know, a big reason for that. I know he definitely worked on this in Incredibles. I don't know if he worked on. There's a chance he could have slipped in for Cars for like a sequence or two, but I know the point is he did all the Incredibles action. He's definitely been brought on for this. Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is the action guy. He's one of Brad Bird's guys from the Iron Giant days. He brings him on everything. Mark Andrews, he went on to direct Brave, and the cool thing about Mark Andrews, he's worked on other things like Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. He's the action guy he knows action with superheroes very well.
Well, I still wager that the train scene in Spider-Man 2 is the best action scene of all time, at least in the superhero genre.
I know he worked on the first. I'm assuming he worked on the second because the action was so great in Spider-Man 2. You have to imagine they're bringing the same people back to board that. So, anyways, Mark Andrews is definitely...
And definitely Pixar, since the first movie, Pixar's had time to hone their craft and crafting action scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this trailer is just filled with little details, and I'm going to point out another one for you guys right here. When Elastigirl crashes through the glass, I want you to pay attention to her face. Like, I like how realistic the impact of that is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not just like, hey, I'm here. It's like she's covering her eyes and closing her mouth to not get bits of glass in her mouth or eyes,
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like the level of care that they put into the character animation here. Not to mention just the shine on her suit and the hair. It's oh god, and the lights of the city. It all looks so pretty.
What do you make of her new costume?
Well, we know she's going to be getting a couple costumes. Because Edna's going to be a little peeved with her at a point in the movie, which will, well, I don't want to spoil it. I think it was in that TV spot I saw, so it's going to be fun.
Pixar.
Yes, those guys, little company. Oh. Okay, I think I go back a few because hold
on. Right. Sorry, my computer kind of glitched out there for a second.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's see.
Just kidding.
Impact. Back in the saddle, and
I love the design of this building. Just really quick, all the architecture in this trailer is really impressive.
Pixar ever since.
You think that's where the Divers work?
Oh yes, and Pixar ever since they got that global illumination software from since Monsters University onward, they've been developing the light. They get the lighting down to it's the perfect lighting scheme they have to add all that rich texture and everything to these scenes. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you think they're back in their old costumes here?
Well, okay, there we go. They're holding that shot.
Just Indigo blue.
I'm sorry. It's the Saul Goodman pose. It is. I'm so glad. You have to assume Brad Bird and the company. They have to be Better Call Saul fans. Mark Andrews, someone has to be.
You have to assume, right? It's got to be a call.
We got Jonathan Banks and Bob Odenkirk in this movie together, and again, he has an ultimate with this pose. He has the ultimate Saul Goodman-esque line too. He says, "Want to make." Sorry. Basically, you want to. Crap. It's something about making things wrong. You got to make things right. Anyway.
Well,
it's like a Goodman-esque line there. Anyway, so yes, it's you're right, Jay. The Divers are definitely a big presence in this movie, and of course, Odenkirk playing Winston Deaver. That's our Goodman-esque guy right there.
So this shot looks freaking stunning.
I know.
Ice is very hard. Right, ice is very hard to do in animation.
Yeah.
Again, Pixar shows why they're masters of their craft.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting. Like, it's kind of like Batman-esque after the Underminer fight. I'm assuming the Incredibles are being held at gunpoint by the police.
Yeah, so we're definitely exploring something we didn't explore in the first movie. We hinted at the tension. Well, obviously we showed the tension, hence instant retirement and everything. But what we're showing here is kind of what leads up to that sort of thing with the vigilantism position that the Incredibles found themselves in, presumably as exactly after that Underminer fight. And that's what Deaver here is. He's trying to circumvent. He's trying to change the perception by going with the original three. The original three were kind of the face of banning the superheroes. And again, we saw in that in the Incredibles, there's that great image of in that newsreel footage. Remember, we saw like the newsreel footage of like the supers going underground. There was that great image of that statue of Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and Frozone, like a statue of all three of them being like kind of hoisted up and kind of put away. So those three guys are the face of supers. So again, bringing those three back and kind of picking from that lot of three, like who's going to be our big kind of like the face of the supers, and they're going with kind of the super mom in Elastigirl.
Mm-hmm. I love that suave kind of like fake out that Odenkirk does right here. Yeah. It looks like he's about to point to Bob, but then he's like, nope.
Elastigirl's our best bet.
And again, with the awesome facial animation here, you can just like, just the tension of the marriage just kind of seeps through here in a really cool way. Like this is the first movie that's made me like really excited for marital tension. Yeah.
The one thing, real quick, I just want to highlight, because again, this just shows you how far they've come. I mean, they were impressive in the first Incredibles movie, just how far we've gotten in texture mapping and everything. The fabrics and all the little details of the costumes, you can see them better than you ever could before. Because if you look, last really you see kind of like the glitter in the domino mask. With Frozone, he's wearing a lycra costume. You can actually see with the way the lighting bounces, you can tell it's like a lycra spandex he's wearing. Mm-hmm. And the wide shot, you could tell that Mr. Incredible's costume is not lycra. It's a woven material. It's that woven cloth material that you kind of ripped in the first movie. You can see that even better than you ever could before. It's amazing all the little details in a freeze frame you can find with these now.
Yeah, it's great.
Of course, here we go. Now they're getting to their new place. Their new, it's a really swanky place even before you get to like kind of the secret lair of it all.
I would definitely like to live in a place like that.
Now, my one concern with this movie is that it's going to be a gender swap version of the first movie.
I don't think so, because I think that was, well, even in swapping the gender roles, you still have a very different story that both of them are going on. Because now I think we're going to continue with Bob's story. Bob's going to be connecting with his kids and kind of being again, I'm not sure. I don't think gender swap's the right term, but I do feel they are going to be in each other's roles. But I think we're going to see they're going through very different experiences in each other's roles, though. That's the thing. I think it's not just going to be the same story. I think it's just going to be, Bob. He's going to be bonding with his kids, but he's going to be going through all the stuff that Helen didn't really go through in the first movie. She was just kind of dealing with kids developing powers. In this case, now they've accepted they have powers and they've accepted their supers. Now they're dealing with kind of kid problems.
Right.
And Bob has to deal with that. And of course, the only main power thing he's dealing with is Jack, which Helen did not deal with at all in the first movie. So that's what I'm saying. I think Bob's got a whole different laundry list of problems. And Elastigirl, I get a sense she's going to be going into the field because she has to and not enjoying it like Bob did. And I think through the course of the movie, she's going to be enjoying and kind of seeing the downside of having all this scrutiny thrust upon your shoulders. So I think that's what, generally that's story-wise where I think we're going with those two.
Okay.
Her cycle, oh my god, the cycle looks awesome. The Elastigirl cycle, and how the light effect works.
Oh yeah.
My god, it's so cool.
So I guess this gag really tested well because it's here in its entirety from the second trailer.
And again, and they're pulling that from the whole it's just moving from the second grade to the third, from the third grade to the fourth grade, whatever grade it was, like fourth or fifth. Oh, they're the pancakes they're talking about. Okay,
those are waffles.
Sorry, waffles. Sorry,
that's fine. They do look good. They do look like good waffles, though.
They do.
And Violet's mad.
The world. Look at Jack there. Jack is going about.
Jack doesn't give a crap.
He just looks like he's got a full day ahead of him. It's like, okay, let's just get through. He's sitting down the breakfast with the family.
It's like,
Take it from cereal.
Like, yeah.
This Jack's all business at this dinner, at this breakfast.
Oh boy.
This is what Bob's going to be dealing with in this movie. Like, one kid's holding all the cards, the other one's just kind of, he's kind of figuring out where his place is, and the girl's just mad at everything right now.
Yep.
She going through adolescence, or does she have adolescence?
I love this. I love this because I always loved the explanation of the suits and everything from the first movie. So the idea here is Violet. She's probably mad at the suit, or like mad at either she doesn't want to go out in the suit or something. At the point, she's mad at the suit, and she's trying to destroy it. Like she's trying to put in the guard's disposal, and obviously it's not taken because, as we learned in the first movie, those suits are indestructible and bulletproof and all sorts of other stuff. So there's no way she's destroying that suit.
And machine washable.
Of course, most important feature, and I just love it. I love that payoff of that gag. Just even if you try to destroy the suit, it's just going to come out unscathed. It's great.
Also, I love the lineup of like the evolution of the par men.
You're right. Oh my god, yeah. And of course, you look at this evolutionary lineup here. You have like bewilderment with Jack. You have curiosity with Dash, and you have fear with Bob.
All valid responses.
Oh gosh, it's
great. What? I wonder exactly. What do you think's exactly going through her head?
I hate this suit. I'm assuming that's what's going through her head.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something to do with the, I think Dash is going to lean into his powers, whereas Violet's kind of going to reject them in this movie.
I think she's definitely going to have the Peter Parker experience, I'm betting. She's going to have that, all this attention towards me and I can't tell anybody, and I got to, all the downsides of having a double life. I think Violet's going to explore.
You think Tony will be in this movie?
I hope so. And he is voiced by Brad Bird's son. The problem is his voice has probably changed too. So I don't know. Then again, he was an older kid, so that's not a big deal. Tony might break up with her. Maybe that sets her off. Well, you never know because they had a date. They had a date at the end of the movie, so he still should be in the picture at least for like a scene or so.
So maybe that's why she's mad at everything.
Yeah, maybe the date.
I mean, it
wrong,
could be that the public
like,
limelight, of the Underminer incident, is what caused the breakup.
Possibly.
I really got to wonder if they're going to be able to maintain secret identities because you got to imagine. I'm saying this movie's too smart not to address or somehow either excuse or address the whole Dash and Violet. They're just wearing domino mask, and Dash is going by the Dash because he doesn't even have a proper superhero name. No one's good. They're going to be easily be able to kind of connect the pieces.
They don't even try to hide their body shape or their hair.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if they're going to do a whole Fantastic Four, in the public eye thing with these guys. I wonder. Be a bold move. Be bold.
All right.
Does she have adolescence?
Okay, I love this line by Bob. This is the Craig T. Nelson delivery on that. He's in excellent health. I was laughing so hard. I had to pause the video when I watched it the first time. I was laughing so hard at that.
I just love the look on his face too. Not there, like that. He's like, That's a face that absolutely says, "I have no idea what I'm doing."
I love with the model on him now. We've added these bags, and he gets progressively crazier in the design as we go further. It's great. And I love that he's in the same pajamas and practically the same getup every time we check back in with him.
He probably hasn't had any sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, what if this movie just takes over the course of a few days?
I have a feeling that could be the case.
I'd buy it. A week at most. Yeah, it's probably a week.
I think there's going to be not a big time jump, but at least a couple weeks to a month in between the Underminer fight and then the rest of the plot.
Yeah, thinking about I agree with you. Tiki, I think it's going to be a few, a month, maybe 2 tops.
I mean, it's really unspecified how long the first movie took. I mean, it's probably that was a few months at best, considering all the trips he had to take.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I love this idea that Jack's just going into these random dimensions and Bob has to lure him out with cookies. That's kind of it's kind of an extension of the whole, I just can't keep giving him cookies.
I love this is something we got here that we didn't get in the other one. Num num cookie. Num num cookie.
I would love to. I would have just loved to see the recording session of Craig 2000 Zoo in that. I mean, have you ever just like listened to like a, or just like listened to like a character say something and wish you could see like the voice actor actually saying that?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is just the most defeated Mr. Incredible has ever been.
It's like, I've taken down numerous bad guys over the years, including ones that have threatened the sanctity of mankind, and I'm being defeated by my own son.
This feels like such a. I would go as far as to wonder if Brad Bird might have animated this scene, because I mean I remember back in Iron Giant he tried to pride himself on animating a scene per movie. I don't know if he maintained that for like Incredibles and everything onward, because Incredibles was like new technology for him when they started that. Regardless, this scene feels like a Brad Bird board. Like, you know, he himself as a father, I can imagine him channeling all that fatherly frustration, like dealing with the baby like this. I can imagine that just being in this scene for him.
Like, that is freaky.
Okay, so we know this is the Underminer.
Yeah.
Love the scale of that.
You know the drill. It's the Underminer.
Oh, excuse me, guys.
So yeah, man, that window shot is cool.
Yeah, again with the glass of Mrs. Incredible, it seems to be her kryptonite in this movie.
Yeah. And it seems to be it looks like she was protected by Violet's shield there.
Really?
I mean, look, or maybe that's just the glass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, this bit. Oh, I love this bit.
Hold on. My computer's being weird again. Sorry.
This video just brought to you by supporters of Just Giggle It. Check it out. It's a great YouTube channel. Highly recommend it. And everyone watch Harley Quinn and the Joker versus the Real World, Episode 5. Please check it out now.
Okay, so I love this line that Mrs. Incredible has. Basically, she's saying, I have to leave my family to save my family. I have to break the law to save the law.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like it might be exploring like some darker themes in that scenario. Like
I think it kind of sums up the movie in a thesis statement.
It is. You know, Elastigirl's in the position that takes her away from what she's trying to protect, and essentially, I'm getting a sense of this whole hero initiative that she's a part of is that she's trying to basically secure a world. Again, whether the identities are coming out or not, which I'm going to assume they're not. I'm just saying we'll see where it goes. The point is, she's trying to make it safer for her kids, like to come out as here's like if Dash wanted to become. Basically, she's trying to avail her kids the more options of like being superheroes without the threat of like being held at gunpoint by the police or anything. That's what she's trying to secure here, and to do that, you know, she's missing out on these precious moments with the family. It was with such a reverse role from the first movie. So, yeah,
makes sense.
Of course, here I love this. I love Dash, and this is probably during the Underminer fight, but this is great. I love Dash saving this little old lady.
Yeah, he even fixes her glasses.
I know that's the bit that kills me. It's like, oh my god, it's so classy. It's like, you know, it's like helping the old lady across the street. Only helping the old lady before she's crushed by a giant car.
I mean, he may be a brat at home, but on the streets, he's a true gentleman.
Yeah. Nice. Oh no! Oh my god!
I love this bit with Dash.
You think that's like Jack? Jack, do you think that's like part of Void's powers?
Yeah, oh my! Well, here's the thing. It could be one of three things. Could be Void.
There we go.
All right, now this could be Void. You're right, Jake. We don't have a good vibe on like how Void's powers are going to work, but I mean it kind of makes sense. But I'm getting the sense of this because I remember Jack's power set as we saw with the cookie bit. He can teleport. When he teleports and when he kind of phases through things, like in the Jack attack short, he has like a blue, like a light blue kind of energy thing around him, like those little portals, like little wormholes we have there. So that probably is Jack. That's my money's on. But there's a third option. Third option. This is the trippy one that. Dash may have accidentally run so fast that he can, kind of create like a wormhole time travel effect.
Like a flashpoint?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's the trippy version, but I'm going with the middle. I'm going with like it's just Jack
My
Jack's
theory
powers.
is that it's going to be a big moment of build up in the movie where we're all wondering like what we see when Jack teleports, like where he goes, and then this is going to be like, oh, okay, we're finally going to see where he goes when he teleports.
What it probably is just it's remember that moment in the first movie where Dash and Violet had that great moment where she jumped in midair and then basically their powers worked in unison where he could run inside the bubble.
Uh-huh.
But I think this might be another moment of that where Jack he's like Dash catches him mid warp or something, and in doing that, like while he's traveling at it, while he's running fast, they have this kind of this effect that gets created. It's like a teamwork effect. That's my guess. So I'll put my money on it. I think it's like both of them using their powers accidentally once there.
That'd be pretty cool.
Violet is getting exceedingly more useful with her force fields, and I think there's a bit coming up where she has like a thing where she can like throw her force fields, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Use it offensively as well as defensively.
Future Fantastic Four makers, take note. Take notes.
Right.
Oh, the Incredicar is coming back. The Incredicar.
Right there. Yeah, that's the Incredicar. And then this is Violet with the force field blades.
Yeah.
Bam.
And that's also during the Underminer fight. As
yeah. It's awesome.
Combustion, what does that mean? It means fire, Robert.
Fire, Robert.
It means fire, Robert. Okay, here we go. Now, Screen. Again, we talked a little bit about Screenslaver already, but let's talk about again. He has a fantastic design. It's vaguely Bane-esque in the mask, and I really like that with the bared teeth look.
Also, I'm kind of getting a vibe of Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, there is a bit of Ghost in there. That's awesome. Yeah. So here's something. I really love this design because this design speaks to a few things, and again, it kind of speaks to that marketing thing we were talking about the first time they revealed all the characters. All of our new characters do each equally seem that they could become villains. All of them seem like good red herrings for villains, and I mean, shape-wise, like design-wise, just in terms of like kind of the head shape and everything, he looks like he could be Winston Deaver, but I think that's a misdirect. I think they want us to think he's Winston Deaver. And what's cool is Screenslaver, as we see with his powers of control and everything, like through TV screens and everything, that's akin to Winston's gimmick, where he's like in charge of PR, he's trying to kind of spread the word on Super. So that's how him fulfilling his promise by controlling people into doing that.
But also fits in with his sister's building of the technology.
True, and also you have the inside joke of her character from Get Out, who did the same exact thing. Oh, did I Get Out? Sorry if I said inside. I meant her character from Get Out, Kathleen Keener, is it? She did the hypnosis thing, which essentially you're at Screenslaver, and of course again both. Honestly, I'm sold on both just in concept, but I mean again it's the question of. It's always hard for like a mystery reveal, like if you see it coming up. But I think either way, I'm kind of buying both versions. Of course, it could be the ambassador played by that ambassador character voiced by.
I don't think I'm going to roll out that character just because that character kind of has a Brad Bird little person design to him.
But again, the person you least suspect, though, what if the top part of the costume just like it's like a rig, or like a pulley rig or something?
Okay, yeah, they could do that. They could do that. Fair enough.
I'm just saying, like you never know, but I'm sold on all of them it being a villain at 8 points. I'm going to this clean of like I don't know who the villain's gonna be. I'm just so happy to be here.
And the question is, how does Void fit into all this?
Yeah,
like is she gonna be like a minor character?
I think Tiki's going to get his wish about kind of hero turning villain with Void. I'm convinced of that with Void.
Like she could probably use like some kind of her Void powers to help Screenslaver or something.
Yeah, maybe. All right, so Screenslaver, cool design, cool villain. We know we're getting some additional. It looks like we're getting some additional villains on the poster, by the way, in the background. We have like some other kind of characters. They're hard to make out, and they're in the deep background of the poster. But it's something to consider. I think we're going to see like a montage of Elastigirl facing off against some of these bad guys, if not being joined by like, hey, here's some other potential supers. Elastigirl, work with them.
I mean, I think the characters on the poster could be other supers too.
Exactly. I mean, Void might be in that background too with the supers. So. Mm-hmm. And of course, we call back a landmark egg from Lucia. Where is my super suit?
Well, at least he found it this time.
I just love I'd like to just think of all the initiative that he took to have this hidden. It's like, that woman ain't hiding my super suit ever again.
I just think it'd be funny if, like, here's the thing: do you guys want to see the wife this time? Because I kind of don't.
I don't. No, I completely agree with you.
But if we did, though, it would be funny if it was like we saw her like rooting around looking for the button. Like, where is he hiding it?
Like as long as they don't see her face.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Like it's like her face is hidden like behind objects or something.
Yeah.
And I could just love the look. Like, speaking of expressive animation, I just love the look on Frozo's face here. He's like,
oh yeah.
That's the basis. I've had enough of this.
Marriage.
Right. Final thoughts, gentlemen.
I'm happy with it. Again, doesn't give anything away and just makes me hyped for the movie. So I think it's a successful trailer. So major points.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I got to admit, I'm going to kind of go radio silent on the advertising after this. I already kind of feel like I can kind of piece the structure of the movie together a little bit. At least I'm already feel like I'm kind of spoiled on the majority of the first act. So beyond that, it's kind of a mystery, but I already feel like there's a little bit too much that's been revealed. Certainly not like Spider-Man Homecoming levels where you could piece together the whole movie practically. But I'm going radio silent. I'm very satisfied. The animation looks absolutely stunning. I think it's going to have some really rich, incredible action sequences and some really rich family dynamics. So yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be very combustible. And what does that mean?
It means fire, Robert.
It means fire, Robert.